Blessings, beautiful rising, beautiful rising. I hope that you are well. Welcome to our Black August daily meditation. So, if it's your first time here, welcome. We have been here every day and will continue to be here every day throughout the month of August in celebration of Black August, which is a revolutionary month. For those who aren't familiar with Black August, it's actually an annual commemoration and time of reflection on all of the Black liberation moments that have taken place in August, significant moments from Nat Turner's rebellion to even the murder of Emmett Till, the lynching and the torture of Emmett Till, which is something that we're definitely going to get deeper into and talk about. On August 12th, we're going to have our mama, Regina, Dr. Regina Jennings, is going to be here with us, and she is a Black Panther, an OG Black Panther, and she is actually going to be teaching us about the origins of the Black August celebration, or it's not really a celebration, but commemoration. So, that being said, thank you for being here. Black August is about us honoring those who have made many sacrifices for us as people of African ascent, ancestry, melanated, carbonated, whatever you want to call us, the Black world, the original people, as I like to put it, or people of original wisdom. And the journey, right, beyond the Ma'afa and the struggle, but the actual fight that has taken place, which is really about our revolution, right? Us coming back around to that full circle, that golden age that our ancestors had, and honoring all of the great contributions that we've made to humanity, to the world, and yeah, really seeing why we're here right now and what needs to be done and how that movement, how revolution needs to be continued. So Tehuti Ma'at is a revolutionary instrument. We are a grassroots cooperative that operates internationally with the intention of specifically building institutions that and developing institutions that are for the liberation and the resurrection of African people worldwide. So this offering is brought to you by donation. So thank you for being here. I want to call you in and just let's begin to prepare to flow into our meditation today. So wherever you are, just gather your breath, right? Take a nice deep breath in and clearing that breath out of the mouth. We've been doing clearing breaths just to release the energy that has stagnated, preparing for the day, depending on where you are or if you've already started your day. Just allowing ourselves to kind of clear out the energy that's behind us, from the night or from yesterday, and preparing to bring in the energy that we want to call in for the day. So with your inhales, being intentional about calling in the energy that you want to have for the day. What does it look like this? So make sure that your space is ready. We're going to be here until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. If you are catching the raw play, make sure that you pause, take a moment to get your space settled and get your water, your tea, whatever you're going to have. Today I'm having some water with lime. I had some really great dandelion root and dandelion leaf tea. So if you're looking for anything to like detox and clear energy out, I really recommend that. So yeah, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for your trust. As always, everything is with your consent. Let me show you guys my beautiful feather collection here. All the feathers that I've found on the farm, on the land, and different journeys here. But this is actually one of the first brass sound bowls that I ever had that was gifted to me for my solar return by Ragev. So this is the bowl that I'm actually going to bring in today. And today we're going to center ourselves. So we've been using the crystal bowl. Today I want to bring us into a little bit of sexual alchemy, meditation, and practice. So in order to prepare for that, what we're going to do is be doing a body scan through our meditation. So you're really going to observe and be present throughout the meditation and be aware of what energies are circulating in your energy body. And we're going to use the sound bowl just to tune a bit. And we're going to put some focus today on the solar plexus, which is our core, right? It's the seat of our willpower and our ability to act, to move, to assert our will in the world. It is the core of how we actually manifest, right? From that like active masculine piece of our energy, which we all have. So whether you're in a female body or a male body, you have that masculine core that is what you act with. And it's housed in the solar plexus. And we're going to do a little bit of work with that. So that's going to be our intention today. There is going to be some musical medicine as well. I'm going to make sure to share one of the rising chants that I have to Ra, because we're going to really center ourselves on the energy of August, why it's so significant. As we've been touching on, the energy of August is significant for us as African people, and one of the reasons why so many things have happened throughout the movement in the month of August is because of the prominence of the sun, right? And we are solar powered people. And as people of the sun, we are activated during this season. Sorry, I had to kill that mosquito. We are activating during this season by the sun and its prominence in the sky. So when the sun enters the sign of Sekhmet, or in the Greek interpretation of Leo, it is governed by the sun. So there's this emphasis on the solar energy. We have some significant occurrences happening this month. We have a solar eclipse that is taking place. And yeah, it is a really powerful moment to be attuned to the sun, its significance, and its force. So one of the divine principles, or neteru, in Kemetic science that honors the sun or the solar principle is Ra. And Ra is beyond the physical form of the sun. The physical form of the sun is Aten. Now, our ancestors were very in depth around the symbolism and the storytelling, the cosmology. So there are many different aspects of solar energy. And when we're talking about Ra, we're talking about the creative essence that emanates and is representative through the sun, right? We experience it most through the warmth of the sun. And as I said, we call the solar plexus, this core area. So let me demonstrate. I'm going to invite you to actually generate some of that solar power in the palm of your hand. So I want you to come back to that intention that you were calling in at the beginning of us just clearing the breath. And I was guiding us to like bring the inhales in through the nostrils, bringing in the intention of what you want to call in for the day. So I'm inviting you to bring that energy in to the palm of your hands. And as you're creating that friction, that electromagnetism, we're literally feeling the warmth, right? That is the energy of Ra. It's the ability to create. But recognize that energetically, you're also able to do that in the palm of your hands. So bring your attention and intention to the palms of your hands, bringing in the energy that you wanted to call in, remembering your breath here, and taking that energy here. I want you to place it right here in your core. So you can place this energy here. Sometimes I like to use my fingers and create a merkut or a pyramid here, right? So this is the centerpiece that we're working on energetically here. So hold that intention that you put in the palms of your hands right here at the core. And just give yourself a few deep breaths here. So we're going to inhale, and I want you to feel, you could even place one hand on your chest just to help you begin to center the energy. So one hand on the chest and one hand on the solar plexus, on the core. And as you inhale, try to make sure that this hand on the chest over your heart does not move, and that you're only expanding the belly out, right? So inhaling, belly out, and exhaling, the belly contracts in. Inhaling, expanding, exhaling, contracting back. So only that hand that's on the solar plexus is moving out and expanding, bringing that intention into your core, and exhaling, contracting that energy, releasing and making space. Inhaling, expanding out to the core, and exhaling, contracting back. So just keeping that here just to support you in your breath. I want us to begin to really, like, the breath is really an area where it can take a lifetime to master, right? Our breath is carrying us every day. It is the one of the basic needs that we have. We can go without water, we can go without food, but we cannot go without air, right? So this practice of connecting the heart and the solar plexus through your breath intentionally is really important. So we're going to continue to do that here, and I want you to allow yourself to take notice wherever you're sitting. Stack yourself up. Right now I'm actually on my knees. Sometimes I have my legs crossed. It depends what feels comfortable for you. So if you're sitting on a chair, wherever you are, I want you to just begin to stack your jed, your backbone, your spine. Keep it nice and erect. Relax your shoulders back. Open up the heart, keeping that hand on the heart and one hand on the solar plexus. And I want you to begin to take notice of what you're feeling in your body as you're inhaling and exhaling, because I want you to become clear of where you're holding tension. And we're going to do a few box breaths, or what I like to call lunar breaths, which are going to be even 4 counts. So we're going to count to 4 on the inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold on that full breath for a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to exhale out of the nose for 4. Hold on the empty breath for 4. And then inhaling, bringing it into the solar plexus, keeping the heart still for 4. Now, that's what we're going to do. This is just me demonstrating. So we're going to do the 4 counts. I'm going to guide the meditation through the pulse of the moon. What I want you to do here is take notice of what's happening in your body as you're breathing. Like, I'll give you an example. For me right now, I'm feeling a tension and a tightness in the back of my ribs, in my mid-back, right? As you're breathing, if you're not someone who is very aware of connecting and like feeling what's going on in your body, this is part of you getting practice around that. So just fine tune your ability, because for some people it's very easy, like, oh, I feel tightness in my chest. Whatever it is that you feel, just tune into that and allow the breath to bring you there. And meditation is about receiving, right? So just receive what your body's communicating to you. Receive and trust your connection. Receive and trust your breath to guide you. Okay? So we're going to synchronize here again, the safe heart. All right, we're going to begin. On your next exhale, I want you to hold on the empty breath and huff a little bit out. Try to get that extra air that's sitting at the bottom of the lungs out. Holding the empty breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the full breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that empty breath. 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that full breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that empty breath. That is your new moon. It's empty. You can't see it in the sky. 3, 2, 1. And then you're inhaling, waxing that moon, filling it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that full moon, which is the full breath. 3, 2, 1. And exhaling, waning moon for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the empty breath back into a new moon for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing in that new intention, filling that moon for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that intention that you pulled in with this full moon, allowing it to illuminate the body. 2, 1. And releasing, integrating it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the empty breath, being present with that new moon. What is it that you're calling in with the breath? In 2, 1. Calling it in, bringing it in, filling up. 3, 2, 1. Holding that full moon, allowing it to circulate through the body. 2, 1. Exhaling, making space, releasing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the empty breath here. New moon. 4, 3, 2, 1. Trusting the inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that full breath here with that intention for 2, 1. And releasing through the exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going here at your own pace. I'm just going to keep the count here on the screen. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Going at our own pace, trusting the count. And then I'm going to let you just be with your breath on your own, being present with what you've called in. And now that you're in that rhythm with your own breath, I want to acknowledge that we went into the lunar breath because the moon is what gives us the pulse and balances the sun. While the sun is the active, masculine piece, the moon brings us into the heart, into the emotional space. It brings us into the receptive energy, right? The feminine energy. And it balances the sun, right? It complements the sun. Not only that, when we have a new moon and it waxes to the full moon and then it wanes to another new moon, and that pulse and that rhythm continues, it is the rhythm of revolution. Remember, revolution is what happens as we revolve around the sun. And as we revolve, we also have the moon present with us on our planet. And the moon begins to reflect the sun and allows us to see that micro pulse within that 365 estimated revolution pulse, right? So this is a reminder to allow the emotional space to balance the activity in your life. Always coming back to the breath, allowing these rising meditations for Black August to remind us, as much as we might want to be active as revolutionaries, there's so many solutions we need to implement, right? There's so many opportunities for growth and things that we need to do. However, we have to begin in here. And in here, as a human, we've come to feel and to be and to exist in these bodies, not to escape them. So we have to be present and allow and trust our breath to allow us to feel what our body is cueing to us through our emotions, and allow that to then guide our actions, right? So centering back in Ma'at, centering back into the heart, weighing the heart, making sure we're seeing, okay, is my heart heavy? How can I lighten my heart? Where do I need forgiveness? Where do I need to Seruj Ma'at, bring balance, bring justice? All of those things are important in evaluating and connecting with the breath. So taking these moments of stillness, of presence, of intentional breath, of receptivity, of rest, and replenishment are so important. Okay? So give thanks, give thanks. If you're here with us live, let me know how that's feeling for you so far. Remember, if you are joining us live, if you're watching the replay, try to be here with us live if you can at 7 a.m. Eastern Time until 8 a.m. Eastern Time, so that you can be part of the meditation live. And then you can also inform and kind of be present with the meditation. Now, again, remember to stay hydrated. We're going to transition. Right now, I'm going to attune us a little bit more to Ra, to the solar energy, to the revolutionary spirit, right? And I'm going to share with you a chant that came through me, a hekau that came through me in my journey as I stepped into my shamanic initiation in Mexico. And just one day being out in the rising under the sun in the jungle, and just feeling that deep gratitude for Ra, for the sun, for me as an artist, like, and my voice being a key part of my healing practice as a priestess. I just allow my voice and song to move through me to express the energy. And as I was feeling it, that's when this song came to me. So I'm gonna share this song to you in the spirit of Ra. You can, if you pick up the hekau or the chant, you can sing along as well, or you can also just receive. So if you want to lay, or if you want to stay in your meditative posture that you're in and receive, whatever feels good to you. As always, everything's with your consent and with your sovereignty honored, right? So I'll share the words with you because it's very clear and direct in terms of us thinking about the journey that the sun takes every day. We know we can always count on that sunrise, right? We know that the sun is going to move through the night. In our Kemetic cosmology, when we think about Ra, we think about Mama Nut, the heavens, the cosmic womb, swallowing the sun, and then she gives birth to him every day, right? So in essence, we're talking about that journey. There's a huge aspect of Kemetic science that is honored throughout the eclipse season, which I'll be sharing more about. So again, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notified when the Ka series is active, the Kemetic Astral. I'll do them as live streams, but you can always go back and just watch them. But these are going to be lessons specifically around Kemetic astral science. And because we're in eclipse season, I'm going to speak a lot about the eclipse energies, about the journey of Ra, the battle of Ra. I'm going to be talking about Smai Tawi, which is when Set and Heru, the higher and the lower self, come together to tie the knot in order to defeat Apep or Apep, the enemy of Ra that exists in the night, in the chaos of the night. And the 12 hours of the duat, the 12 hours of the night that we constantly move through in the subconscious space. So I'm going to be teaching it in a way where you can see how it directly connects to you in a practical way, and not just abstract. But it is important to understand the more figurative and illustrative, like, personification of the energies in order to know how to embrace it. So coming back to Ra, Ra comes through this journey of the night every day, and we always count on Ra. So the song is, you give us inspiration every day, every day, every day. You give us inspiration every day when you rise right on time, rain or shine, right? Because every day we know the sun is there, even if it's cloudy, even if it's a rainy day and it feels dark, we know the sun is there. Even during the eclipse, which we're going to have a total solar eclipse on that new moon, right? Or even if it's a total lunar eclipse, we know that the sun is always there. Even at night, the sun is shining somewhere else on the planet. So keep that in mind as part of your own inspiration as you move through those moments of challenges, especially during eclipse season, because the chaotic energies, the denser energies are more prominent on the planet. That's when the energy is excavate, or it lifts to the surface so that we can process and deal with it, because everything is purposeful. It serves a purpose. We wouldn't even honor the day if there was no night. We wouldn't even know what the day was without night. So it's part of that, like, honoring of the totality of Ma'at, of the truth of our existence and its polarity and complementarity, right? So just give yourself a nice exhale to come into receiving. Breathe at your own pace, trusting and listening to the body. You give us inspiration every day, every day, every day. You give us inspiration every day, every day, every day. You give us inspiration every day when you rise right on time, rain or shine. You bring us liberation every day, every day, every day. You bring us liberation every day, every day, every day. You bring us liberation every day when you rise right on time, rain or shine. Tuara, 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 tua, tua, tua. giving thanks to the creative force. Wa is gratitude, thanks, and praises. And Ra, as I said, is the creative force, impulse, the solar creative essence of our existence, of creation. And I'm going to do it one more time. So if you want to sing along, or if you want to just receive and be present with that, and recognizing, like, in your own world, as you move through those challenges, move through the darkness, have and hold that inspiration in the creative power that is in you, that is in your heart, and in your ability to still be here, to exist and to emanate and to express that creative force. The divinity and these neteru, these principles, these forces of nature exist within us. They're indwelling within us. A lot of religious contexts that we've been indoctrinated into want us to externalize divinity. And this Kemetic practice, Kemetic science, is about honoring the way that all is one and all is connected, and the embodiment that we have and the divinity of our humanity, which is actually what the purpose of Kemetic practice is. And the philosophy, or the lifestyle of our ancestors, was to move towards embodying our divinity and honoring the divinity of our humanity. So that is the inspiration, the solar inspiration that guides us out of chaos, that brings order to the chaos. It gives purpose, it gives reason, it gives clarity, and it gives direction. So as we think about ourselves as African people in the state of the world right now, where we are in this degenerate cycle, and the ways that we're being humiliated, and the ways that we are also gloriously holding our power and our creativity and our joy, as we hold both of those things, we can recognize that, like, there's inspiration in this darkness, in this beautiful night that we're experiencing, and that there's a sunrise that we know we can count on, and that we can find inspiration in it to move us through the more difficult, challenging expressions of our liberation and what is up against us, and recognizing that the forces of imperialism are not going to go down without a fight. But our victory is certain, and we must put the energy on the side of the scale that needs it, and that is the side of life. We need to be more life affirming. We need to grow our own food. We need to do the things that we know, or support those who are growing our food. We need to heal ourselves. We need to do all the things that we know advance life and bring that ray of sunshine, that dawn of the new day. Ashe. You bring us inspiration every day, every day, every day. You give us inspiration every day, every day, every day. You bring us inspiration every day. When you rise, right on time, rain or shine. You bring us liberation every day, every day, every day. You bring us liberation every day, every day, every day. You bring us liberation every day, every day, every day. You bring us liberation every day. When you rise, right on time, rain or shine. Kuara, 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 kuara. Just breathing, coming into stillness, receiving and flowing out that gratitude for the sun, for being our ultimate model of revolution, for providing us with warmth, for providing us with inspiration, with sustenance, with liberation from the night. We give thanks for the balancing that light gives to the darkness. We give thanks for the challenges that strengthen us, the opportunities we are provided with to grow, to give us purpose for being, right? Not to feel defeated, but to feel strengthened. Not to cower, but to be encouraged. So I'm just encouraging us to connect to and allow our breath to serve as a weapon in this war that we're in on all levels. The breath can serve us in the biological war. The breath can serve us in the psychological war. The breath can serve us in the spiritual war. And the breath can serve us in physical war. Because the breath is what can allow us to affirm hetep, or levelness, peace, right? Tranquility, serenity. Let's see. So just allowing yourself to take a few moments of stillness, of receptivity. Thank you again for being here with this practice. Trusting that whoever needs it can be with it. Trusting that it's pouring into me as much as it's pouring out to you. Trusting that it is an emanation of healing, of power, of trust. All right, bringing us back into our solar plexus. I'm going to invite us again to come into the palm of our hands. Bring that intention back. That intention that you called in. From the very beginning of our practice, the intention that you're calling into the day. Maybe it's revolving, maybe it's growing, maybe it's refining, expanding. Bringing it into the palm of your hands, coming back into that solar power, right? Inviting us to put that over our eyes. And as you come into the darkness underneath your hands, behind your eyelids, being present with it, right? Honoring the darkness, the kun, the potential that it holds, the space that it holds, trusting in that space, right? We get so much medicine from the dark as much as we get medicine from the light. And Ma'at is a guide for us to make sure that we are seeking balance and that we're in balance. So as you think about your solar plexus and the active energy that you have, also think about the stillness of the womb, the darkness of the womb, to bring balance to that. The subconscious space, what's happening underneath that's directing our actions, right? We know that over 70% of our behavior is actually directed from our subconscious. So even if we have things that we consciously want to change, that we want to heal, that we want to do, if that subconscious is not being, if you're not being present with it and working with the subconscious, with the womb space, then it's still going to direct your actions and your behaviors. That autopilot that you go into, that default mode. So we can't be afraid of the womb, can't be afraid of the darkness. It's just very, very important to always come back to the darkness, come back to the womb space. Even as we're moving through this beautiful solar energy, this revolutionary spirit, it is coming out of the darkness. It's coming out of the night. So you can remove your hands now. And we're going to come into the body scan to close out our meditation today. And, oh, sorry, almost got that mosquito. It's the rain season here. Mosquitoes is wilding out. Okay, family. So come into your comfortable resting state. I invite you to lay, if you're on your mat, if you have a bed or anywhere that you can lay yourself down to receive for the final few minutes that we have here together. And we're just going to take a scan of the body. Remembering your breath at your own rhythm, breathing, inhaling and exhaling, trusting that your breath is going to guide you, opening your heart, knowing that there's safety in that heart space as it's open, as it's trusting that your life will guide you to what you need, right? When we need to feel protection and safety and we don't feel safe, it's important to honor that. So that's why I always want us to recognize your body is safe and allow that open heart to radiate that veil of protection over your body so that you're fully taking up the whole space of your body. Okay? So, protecting the body always through your breath, creating safety, autonomy, presence with the body. As you guide your consciousness, we're going to begin at the root. We're actually going to go lower into the energy center and go to the base where our feet are. And we're going to bring and scan ourselves from our feet. What is the energy that's present with our feet? Feeling and connecting and breathing into the feet. Feeling where our steps have gone. Feeling where we want to direct our steps. Feeling our foundations. What are we standing on? What are we rooted in? And rising up to our knees, our thighs, and really getting present with our root, with our pelvic bone, with our genital muscles, the womb space, right? Getting present with our root and feeling how are we connecting to our life, our survival? Is there anything making us feel unstable? What is in our energy in our root? Are there conversations? Are there needs that need to be met? And being aware of that, breathing into that, breathing into the tip of your tailbone, breathing into your lower back, receiving, coming to our sacral, and our sacral coming into the ovaries or the testicles, the two twins that are holding the eggs and the seeds of life. connecting with and receiving and asking where our energy is in our creative impulse, in our sensual, sexual energy, our life force, our pleasure. What is in that space? Are there any connections, relationships? Are there any soul ties? Are there any leaks in our energy? Is there stagnation? Is there overstimulation? Breathing into that space, receiving that guidance and presence. Coming into the core and the solar plexus, to the core where your belly button is, where neath the grandmother is connecting all things. Breathing into that belly button, remembering when it was the umbilical cord connecting you to the womb, to your mother, where you were able to receive all that you needed before you needed to do anything to exist. Just receive. This is still the house of where we act and where we move energy. Now we have to assert ourselves and our will. We can't rely on the nourishment from the womb. What is blocking your action and you directing your energy and creating what it is that you desire? What is present in your desires? What is influencing your desires? Breathing into the core, into that solar plexus, and rising up to the heart, scanning the heart and feeling the heart space. How are we connecting? How are we feeling? What is on our hearts? Being present with what is on the heart, what is circulating in this space, breathing into the heart. Is the heart feeling heavy? Is the heart feeling light? Is the heart needing love and presence? Are you honoring your emotions and your feelings? Are you honoring the truth? Is your heart open enough to receive the truth? Breathing into the heart, receiving that guidance from the heart. Rising up to the throat. Breathing into the throat, relaxing the throat, the thyroid, the vocal cords. Our ability to create through vibration from the heart rising up. Where is the throat? Where is your expression? How is your throat feeling? Are you over-expressing? Are you blocking your expression? What is the throat needing? What is on the throat? Taking note of whatever is coming to your attention, whatever the throat is communicating to you. Receiving, breathing into the throat. And rising that breath into the first eye or the third eye. Right in between the center of the brows, your prefrontal cortex. Coming into the seat, the inner eye, the pineal gland. Coming into the center of the brain. Our vision. scanning and breathing into your vision, gazing yourself up and out through your first eye, allowing the energy to rise to your attention. What is in your vision? What can you see? Can you expand it? Is there something blocking it? Where is your intuitive vision? What does it need to strengthen itself, or even to calm itself if it's hyperactive? Breathing into the first eye, remembering the initial vision before our two primary eyes came into form. We could see with this first vision. Breathing into that womb vision, that expansive infinite vision. And coming up to the crown, to the top of the head, where we're connecting to divinity. What brings us up into the heavens? What is our connection to our divinity? Is there anything muggying that connection? What is going on with the crown, with your hair, with your follicles? How can you expand the crown? How is the crown protected? What do you need to protect your connection to your divinity and that circuit of divinity into the body through the crown? How can you clarify the signal from the antenna of your crown? Breathing into the crown. Scanning back down and pulling from the light of the sun, the solar energy from the divinity, and letting it water down to your vision, down to your throat, down to your heart, down to your core, down to your sacral, down to your root, down to your feet. Ashe. Relaxing the body here, connecting to the breath, giving gratitude to the wisdom that your body has communicated to you. Giving gratitude to you for being here, for being present with your body, for taking notice, for receiving. Remember, meditation is receiving guidance, right? Receiving, it is what allows us to order and organize the mind and the psyche. And I want to thank you for being here. Again, these rising meditations are in honor of Black August, and we are a revolutionary instrument. So we invite you to support the revolutionary work that we're doing at Tehuti Ma'at. If you feel that you're a star in our constellation and you want to be part of this universe and building cooperatives with us, we invite you to join the Tehuti Ma'at militia. So the link is scrolling at the bottom of the screen to join the Tehuti Ma'at militia at tehutimaat.org/join. That's one of the best ways that you can contribute. You can do a $22 a month donation every moon or month, and that will bring you into our kingdom, where you will get our monthly reports. You'll get the August report with the cosmic forecast, all the different exclusive member gatherings that we have, and we invite you to join and, continue to deepen into the ranks and become a builder with us to build the cooperatives. Also, if you have a cooperative institution, or if you have some type of organization that you've created that you want to also bring in, you can also contact us to connect with Tehuti Ma'at through partnership, collaboration, or even becoming a member institution. And you can email us at grow@tehutimaat.org, or you can text us at 646-883-MAAT. That's how you can get in contact with us. Again, our rising meditations are donation based. So, in the spirit of Ma'at and reciprocity, please make your contribution and donation. You can contribute via the Cash App that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, $ Tehuti Ma'at World. We also have our PayPal link. So if you don't have Cash App or PayPal, you can still make a contribution using a debit or credit card at the link in the description of the YouTube video. So thank you again. Thank you to all those who have contributed, and that this energy and the abundance be multiplied and reflected to you. And finally, please like the video so that other people can find it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and hit the notification bell so that the other programs that we're doing throughout August start to come up for you. If you are interested in sharing this, we would love for you to share this with people that you know would benefit from this. If you know any other revolutionaries or people that you want to introduce to, or just receive this practice. But most importantly, for those who are in the movement, those who are revolutionaries, it is so important that we orient ourselves to the revolution beginning inside. That is the ideology of Tehuti Ma'at. And if you want to learn more about Tehuti Ma'at itself and what foundation that we're on, we're built on a foundation of spiritual warriorship, which is healed leadership. We are an embodiment of and intentionally directing the vision or continuing the vision of Ella Baker to have a leaderful movement. So this is an institution to build leadership and leaders who are going to work together to build cooperative institutions that will transition us out of this current Greco-Roman capitalist paradigm and into true liberation, right? From a solid, sound foundation. And we know that that revolution begins inside. So as healed leaders, we can create the healing, liberation, restoration, elevation, and expansion that we want for ourselves, for our people, for our families, our communities, and to continue to build nations and to transform the world, transform the planet. So thank you. If that calls to you in any way, please join us as a member of the Tehuti Ma'at militia. We need as many spiritual warriors activated. We are on the brink of deepening into the collapse of this current system, and we are going to need to have the institutions and the things in place to guide our people from that chaos so that they are able to navigate and rebuild from that space. So we thank you for being here. Have a beautiful day. I will see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, and we'll continue. Tomorrow is a beautiful, powerful portal. It is called the Lion's Gate portal, and it is a very, very sacred time. We call it Sekhmet's portal. So I will do a stream talking about how we can connect with the Sekhmet energy. All right. Power.